Hi, I'm Pam Medina, owner of the Yoga Lily in Clifton Park and experienced registered yoga teacher. I have been practicing yoga for 25 years and teaching yoga for 12. And I've been running the Yoga Lily here in Clifton Park for 6 years. And I'm really excited to be your guide and offer you this complimentary beginner's yoga class. So if you haven't already grabbed your props, you might like to grab a block or two. If you don't have a block, you can use a stack of books, a strap. You can also use a belt from your rope or a necktie or a belt for your waist, a yoga mat or a non-slippery blanket, a bolster or a couch pillow, a few couch pillows or a few bed pillows will work as well for your knees, and a blanket. So go ahead and pause the video and get some props for yourself, and then we're going to start. If you have everything, we're going to go ahead and lay down on our backs and have the feet about shoulder distance apart or a little bit wider, and then bring the knees together. So you're kind of coming onto the insides of your feet. And some of you will have more flexibility than others. And one thing to be mindful of when you're practicing this class is don't set the scale according to how flexible I am. We don't expect you to be flexible when you start to practice yoga. That's why you come here to study. So this is constructive rest pose, and I want you to put your left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly, and take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill your belly, ribs, and upper chest. And exhale through your nose. Empty your belly, ribs, and upper chest again. Inhale, fill your belly, expand your chest first, then your ribs, then your lower belly. Exhale from your lower belly, ribs, and upper chest. Again, inhale through the nose, fill the upper chest, ribs, and belly. Exhale through the nose, empty from the belly, ribs, and upper chest. Inhale, fill your lungs completely. Exhale, empty your lungs completely. Continue to breathe deeply like this on your own, allowing your eyes to close and all of your awareness to focus on your breath. And while you do that, I'm going to sit up to share a reading with you. And then just allow the breath to be natural as you continue to lay on your back. And listen to this reading from The Golden Present. I read excerpts from talks from Sri Swami Satchidananda, who founded Integral Yoga. Health is your birthright. Don't think that Hatha Yoga, Hatha is the physical form of yoga, don't think that Hatha Yoga is just for athletes or for young people or for women. It is written in the ancient yoga scriptures, anyone who practices yoga properly and sincerely becomes a siddha, an accomplished one. Be he young or old, weak or strong, or even very elderly or sickly, man or woman, from prince to peasant, child to grandparent, ailing to robust, perfect or imperfect, all can practice these yoga postures and get maximum benefit. Health is your birthright, not disease. Strength is your heritage, not weakness. Courage, not fear. Bliss, not sorrow. Peace, not restlessness. Knowledge, not ignorance. The person with health and strength of body, soundness of mind, with morality and spirit, is a real gem among all humanity. Such a one possesses the true treasure. So let us find this health together. Extend both of your legs out now, if that's okay for your back. And anytime you feel like you need to keep the knees bent because of lower back issues, feel free. Take a deep breath in here. Let go. And just notice how your legs and back feel after that posture. So we did a little stretch. We're going to do a little strengthening now. So bend the knees and place the feet on the floor for a moment. Bring your thumb and pointer finger pads to touch so that you form a supportive diamond. And then place this diamond underneath your sacrum. And your sacrum is that space between your buttocks and your lower back. And you're going to lower that sacrum down onto your hands. And then extend both legs out in front of you and take a breath and relax. Now, if that lower back is really hurting, you're going to keep your left foot on the floor, and you'll alternate your knees bending. Otherwise, you're going to take a deep breath in and exhale as you raise your right leg up, draw your toes toward your nose, and as you inhale, lower your right leg. And so we'll do the other leg now. So again, if the back is hurting, you're going to bend that right knee. Otherwise, inhaling, exhaling, raising that left leg up, and inhaling, lowering the leg. So again, we'll inhale the right leg up, exhale, lower it down, raise the left leg up, and lower the leg down. And don't worry too much about which way your breath is going as you continue to alternate your legs. Just as long as you're breathing one end of the breath as you lift and the other end of the breath as you lower. So you're just coordinating the movement with your breath. Now, some of you may be able to do both legs at the same time. So in that case, you're just going to engage your navel and lift both your legs up, and then both of your legs down. You could try it, and if it's too much for you, feel free to discontinue that movement. So we're strengthening our core, and anytime you feel that this is too much for you, you can also even do this with bent legs, like so. If you want to add on a little bit, you can hover the heels about an inch or two from the mat, and then raise it back up again, and then as you lower down slowly. So focus on moving from the hip joint, and we're going to release our lower back in a moment. And it's important to strengthen these core muscles so that we can reduce back strain. And if you're doing the single legs, the next time you lower that left leg down will be even. And then go ahead and separate the legs, everyone, and release the arms. Take a breath and let go. And just notice the warmth or any tingling in your lower back or maybe your hands or legs. And then bring the legs together once again. And raise your right knee. Hold behind your knee if you have any knee sensitivity, or you can hold the shin. For Ardha Apanasana, half wind relieving pose. Take a deep breath in, lift your chest and chin, draw your nose towards your knee, hold the breath out for a moment, and then inhale, lower your head, and release your right leg. Good, take a breath. Exhale, again, bring your hand behind your knee or your shin, and a deep breath in. Exhale, draw your nose towards your knee. Hold the breath out for a moment, and then inhale, lower your head and your leg down. Take a breath and let go. Wonderful. So it is said that if you tooted, you did that pose the right way. Let me see what else I have here. Yes, okay. So we're going to twist the spine now. So this is wonderful for back pain relief as well. So we're going to raise the legs up and then bring the knees as close to the belly as you can and open your arms out to form a T. And then bring your knees over to the right and let your legs relax completely and turn your head to the left. Connect with your breath. Remember that deep 3-part breath we took at the beginning of class, inhaling into the belly, ribs, and upper chest. Exhaling from the nose, emptying the lungs completely. Now, if you find that the knees are way up here, you could use a block underneath your knees. Let me show you how that might look for some support. You could also put the blocks between the knees if maybe one knee is up higher. So there's lots of different options, and that's one of the great things about attending a live class is that you can have the teacher there to help you find all those wonderful movements to make the class just right for your level of practice, maybe intensifying it or decreasing the intensity. Pull the belly button back and then inhale, bring your knees center. And now let your knees float to the other side and turn your head to the right. You can let your eyes close and connect with your breath. And again, you can use the blocks underneath your knees or between them. As you return to that deep Dirga Swasana breath, inhaling into belly, ribs, and upper chest. Exhaling from upper chest, ribs, and belly. And as you breathe deeply here, know that you're twisting your internal organs, so the internal organs get a nice squeeze, which is wonderful if we have any digestive distress. Also, you're getting a nice revolution here through the lower part of your spine, and then mild in the upper back as well. So very nice for releasing lower back pain. And now engage your navel. Inhale, come center, place your feet on the floor. And bring your hands down by your sides. Take a breath. And exhale, let go. Let's work on a little bit of lower body strength again, now that we stretched. And you're going to bring your heels in towards your buttocks. You want to have your ankles in alignment with your knee sockets, or you don't want your feet way out, because you're not going to have the height and the length through your shin bone that you need in order to get up nice and high in bridge pose. So go ahead and make sure your hips and your shoulders are square. Plant your hands down next to your hips as close to your feet as you can reach. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, press your lower back into the ground. Pull your navel back and push it to the feet. Squeeze the glutes, the buttocks and muscles, and lift the hips up, 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 up as high as you can. And keep breathing. And as you're breathing here, keep your hands on the ground, but push your pelvic bowl forward and reach your thigh bones up. Breathe deeply and bring your awareness to the base of your throat. And then shift your hips forward and lower your knees down. Take a nice deep breath in and let go. So that pose is a wonderful pose if you have diabetes or any blood sugar issues. It's also a wonderful pose to drain the lymphatic system. So if you have any issues with your immune system, a wonderful pose for that, as well as toning and strengthening the legs and buttocks. So let's open the feet nice and wide as you can get them, and then open your arms out to the side once again. And then let your knees roll to the left so that you kind of come onto the insteps of your feet. And if you have a lot of restriction in your lower body here, you may not get that much movement. But don't judge yourself. It's important to just be kind to yourself, and it's great to gauge like where you're at right now, taking this video, and then kind of notice. Then you can watch your progress once you start to take regular classes or do this video regularly yourself. So let the knees drop to the other side. Turn your head away from your knees. Take a nice deep breath in here. And then inhale and bring your knees center, head center. And exhale, bring your knees over to the other side again. And take a breath here. As you exhale, let your head turn to the right. Great. So this might be just right for you. And what you're looking for is a nice stretch through the front of your right hip. So we're stretching the psoas muscle, and that psoas muscle attaches to the front of your hip, your right hip, and then it goes around the inner thigh and comes up the lower back. And what can happen is the psoas muscle can get very tight and cause a lot of pinching in your lower back. So the body kind of arches up like this. So what you want to do is relax your legs and relax your lower back as much as possible, and your arms, so that you can get a nice stretch here. So if you've tried stretching before to try to relieve sciatica and it didn't work for you, this might be the pose for you. So be mindful about this. If you want a little more and it's not going to hurt you, when we start practicing yoga, sometimes we always want to do everything the teacher offers. So just note what would work for your body right now. And if it feels like it would be good for you to deepen that, put your left foot, your left ankle on your right thigh, and then relax your right thigh a little more. And so what you'll feel is the lower back deepen, the arch in your lower back deepen a little bit, but if there's pinching, remove the ankle immediately. And you're just using the left foot and the weight of the left ankle and leg to relax that right thigh down a little more. And take another breath here. One more. And then release that left foot, bring the knees center. And then let the knees drift over to the right. Good. Turn the head to the left and take some nice deep breaths here. Notice the stretch through the front of the left hip. And then you can go ahead and place that right ankle on the left thigh if it feels like it's good for you. And you can always remove the ankle as soon as you feel like, oh, that's not right for my body. So sensation is okay, pain is not. Take some deep breaths here. And then ease that right ankle off. And we're going to roll onto our side. So just draw the left knee to stack over the right. Bring your left arm over. And then we're going to gradually come up to stand. So really take your time with this and bring your blocks with you. You're going to stand up at the front of your mat. And I'm going to bring my notes with me so I know what I'm doing. This is the second time I had to record this video for you guys because the first time I forgot my microphone. So we're going to stand at the top of the mat and in mountain pose. So you want to make a fist with your hand and place that fist between your big toes so that you have the correct alignment and the correct width of your feet. And then come on up to stand nice and tall. Reach all four corners of your feet into the ground, but soften your knees so they're not locked. And then pull the navel back, drop the tailbone, lengthen the spine, relax the arms, grow the ears away from the shoulders, bring the chin level with the earth. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, relax. Allow your eyes to close and notice how it feels to stand here. Being open to radiant health and a peaceful mind. This is Tadasana, mountain pose. And it's the foundation for all the standing poses. We're going to move through a few rounds of sun salutation, which is a sequence of 12 movements. And we're going to start off nice and slow and gradually increase the speed. So no matter what, move at your own pace and don't feel like you need to get it right the first time. Exhale and bring your palms together at your heart center. And then hook your thumbs and reach your arms forward and up over your head. Soften your knees, not so much of a bend, but just to elongate the lower back, and then reach your chest up. Look up to your hands and fold from your hips. I'm going to move my jar of water. Relax your head. And so you can bring your hands to your blocks or your stack of books. And note that there's 3 settings on the blocks. There's high, medium, and low. So you might want to change the setting that you're using so that you can plant your hands next to your feet. And then don't worry if you can't reach, bend your knees as much as you need to get your hands on the floor or onto your blocks. And then step your left foot back as far as you can so your right knee is bent in front of you. And bring your left knee down to the ground and draw your chest forward. Great. And now bring your right knee back, come off of your blocks. I'm going to slide mine forward so you can see me. Spread your fingers out wide. Press your middle finger forward and press into the roots of your fingers so the weight is not on your wrist. Curl your toes under, pull your belly muscles back, and lift your hips. Press your chest back towards your toes and reach your heels down towards the ground even though they may not touch. And don't walk your toes forward. Come down to your knees. Shift your torso forward. Tuck your elbows in and pull your belly button back. Place your chest and chin down to the ground. Reach your legs back. Press into the pubic bone and let the legs root down as you inhale and lift your hands off the ground. Use your upper back muscles to come into your cobra pose. And now plant your hands, curl your toes under, and lift your hips back up to the sky. Raise your hips and drag the balls of your feet back. Press your chest back towards your toes. Press into the roots of your fingers. Lower your right knee and step your left foot up. And you can come back to your blocks on any setting here. And sink your hips, draw your chest forward. Take a breath. And now step your right foot forward between your hands. Relax your head, let your arms dangle. Hook your thumbs, pull your belly button back, and reach your arms forward and up. Soften your knees, stretch your chest, look up to your hands, stretch your armpits, and exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax. And just notice how your body feels after that first sun salutation. And we'll go through another round with the blocks. Exhale, bring your palms together. Soften your knees, hook your thumbs, reach your arms forward and up. Look up to your hands. You should feel this in your upper back only. Exhale, fold from your hips, and you can bring your hands to your blocks on any setting. Raise your hips and drop your head. And again, you can bend your knees as much as you need to touch the ground or your blocks, and step your right foot back as far as you can so that now your left knee is in front of you. Bring your right knee down, sink your hips and lift your chest. Come off of your blocks as you bring your left knee back, plant your hands, middle finger forward, elbows soft, pull your navel back, lift your hips, and press your heels down towards the ground as you reach your hands and feet away from one another. Come down to your knees, shift your torso forward, keep your hands where they are, and place your chest and chin to the ground. Reach your legs back. Inhale, chin, neck, and chest forward. Exhale, curl your toes under and raise your hips up. Good. Broad shoulders. Lower your left knee and step your right foot forward between your hands. Sink your hips. And step you can come onto blocks here. I forgot to give you that option. And you can use your blocks to help you come back to that standing forward fold. And relax as you raise your hips and root your legs into the ground. Hook your thumbs, reach forward and up, standing back bend. Exhale, palms to the heart center. Separate your legs, relax your arms, take a breath, and let go. We're going to move a little bit more quickly now. So if the blocks are what is best for your body, then please you can just rewind the tape, and I'm dating myself, and replay those last two rounds. Otherwise, you can try the next two rounds without the blocks. So bringing the feet in alignment, fist distance apart, standing tall. Exhale, palms together at the heart center. Soft knees. Hook your thumbs, reach your arms forward and up. Exhale and fold down. Raise your hips and drop your head. And go ahead and step your left foot back as far as you can. Bring the left knee to the ground. Draw your chest forward. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Raise your hips and press your arms down and forward in front of you. Come down to your knees. Shift your chest forward. Tuck your elbows in. Keep your buttocks and your elbows up as you press your chest and chin to the ground. Just realize you guys cannot see me with all of these things in the way. Reach your legs back. Press into the pubic bone. Inhale the chin, neck, and chest forward. Your shoulders should be able to go down here. So that might mean you're up this far, or this far. Exhale, curl your toes under, raise your hips up. Lengthen your waist behind you. Look between your hands and step the left foot forward. Bring the right knee down. Sink your hips and broaden your collarbones. Step your right foot forward. Raise your hips and drop your head. Let the weight of your spine hang down. Hook your thumbs, pull your navel back. Stretch the front of your body. Exhale, palms together at your heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale, let go. One more round. Hook your thumbs. Reach forward and up. Stretch your chest. Exhale, fold down. Raise your hips, drop your head. Right leg steps back. Right knee to the ground. Hips sink, chest forward. Plant your hands as you step the left foot back. Reach your buttocks up and press the buttocks back. Come to your knees, chest and chin. Draw your chin, neck, and chest forward. Curl your toes under, raise your hips. Reach your chest back toward your toes. Step your right foot forward, left knee down. Entangled here. And step your left foot forward fold. Hook the thumbs, reach forward and up, standing back bend. Exhale, palms together at the heart center. Separate the legs, relax the arms. Take a deep breath in and let go. And just sense the body heat and the movement of the energy, the prana through your body. Great. And then go ahead and take one of your blocks with you for our next pose. So we're going to do triangle pose next, which will stretch the sides of our body. So you're going to take a nice wide stance with the heels towards the back edge of your mat. Stand facing the long edge of your mat. Turn your right toes out to the right, aligning that right heel with your left instep. And you're going to put your block in front of your right foot on any setting, if you're using the block. Okay? And then come back to stand. Square your hips and your shoulders to the long edge of your mat and reach your arms out. Turn your palms forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slide that hip out to the left. Draw your shoulders to the right. And then bring your right hand down to your shin, your thigh, shin, ankle, block on any setting, or the floor. And then turn from belly, chest, and shoulders. Careful not to lock that right knee. And open your chest as you push into the outstep of the left foot. And breathe deeply. So it's a nice stretch for the groin and the lower back. Great stretch for the hip. Nice little squeeze here on the ascending colon. Pull the navel back, inhale, come on up. Relax your arms. Grab your block. Turn your right toes forward and your left toes out. Align that left heel with the right instep. You can put your block in front of your foot. Square your hips and your shoulders. Inhale, reach the arms out. Draw the hips to the right, shoulders to the left, and then hand comes to your thigh, your shin, your ankle, the block, or the floor, and then turn from belly, chest, and shoulders. Stack the shoulders over that left leg and push out through the right hip and down through the pinky edge of that foot. Breathe deeply. So Trikonasana triangle pose is a pose that I love to come around and help my students find, because often people are kind of collapsed forward like this, or they're collapsing into themselves. You want to have that nice length through both sides of your body. Breathe. Good. Pull the belly button back. Come on up. Release your hands down by your sides. Turn your toes forward and step your feet in. Good. Inhale the shoulders to the ears and let go. You can adjust your garments. And we're going to do tree pose next, Vrikshasana. So if you're new to balancing poses, keep a wall nearby so that you can keep yourself well balanced. Okay? And, that way if you topple over, you can reach for something. Okay? So we're going to ground down through the right hip, right leg and foot, and turn the left toes out. So the first step would be to bring that ankle, the left heel to the right ankle. Or bring the foot to the calf. That would be the next step. Or the next step would be to put the foot into the thigh and squeeze the legs together. Lengthen the spine. And you can keep holding onto your wall, or you can even have a chair in front of you. And then bring your palms together. Try not to collapse into that right hip. Connect with your breath as we thicken our bones. Build heat and strength in our bodies. It's a wonderful pose to prevent osteoporosis and osteopenia. Then there's been studies that with a healthy yogic diet and lots of balancing poses, you can actually reverse osteopenia. And then go ahead and release that leg and the arms. Take a breath. And just feel the sensation through your right leg. Good. Ground down through the left leg now. Turn the right toes out. And bring your foot into your either your ankle, your inner calf, or your inner thigh. And push the thigh and the foot together. Draw that left hip in, the navel back. Hands to the heart center. Connect with your breath and find a focal point. Something in the room that is not moving. So try not to focus on me while you're doing that because I'm a little bit wobbly here. And that's okay. Trees were meant to bend in the wind. Good, one more breath here. Release your arms and your leg. Deep breath in. Feel that sensation through your leg. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So let's go ahead and turn and lay on our mats, again, onto our bellies. And separate the legs, turn the cheek to one side. Take a deep breath in as you relax your arms and let go. And just feel your belly breathing on the earth. Notice how your body feels after doing the standing poses. And now turn your head to the opposite side to give your neck a nice even stretch. Okay, if you have no lower back issues today, bring your legs together. Otherwise, keep them apart. Hands come next to the shoulders, forehead on the ground. We're going to draw that nose to neck and chest forward and root down through the pubic bone in the legs for Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. It's a wonderful pose for your lower back. Connect with your breath. You can let your eyes close and breathe deeply. Focus on the space between your shoulder blades. And then draw your chest forward and turn your cheek to one side. Separate your legs, relax your arms. Take a deep breath in. And let go. Moving into half locust pose, another pose for our lower back. We're going to bring the legs together and bring the arms underneath the belly. If you've had recent surgery, keep your arms out. Legs together, forehead to the ground. Bring your awareness to your right leg, and without lifting it, reach your right leg back behind you. Make it longer, and then raise your right leg up. Keep your hips pressing down. Connect with your breath. Some people prefer the chin on the ground. I do not. And breathe deeply as you reach back and lift. Reach back and lift up, 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 up a little more. And reach back and lower down. Take a breath. Let go. You may notice your right leg a little longer than your left. Reach the left leg back without lifting it. And then raise the left leg up, up, up. Rest your pubic bone down. Keep reaching that leg back and up. Breathing deeply. Half locust pose. Massaging internal organs. Strengthening the lower back. Squeezing the kidneys and the adrenals. Reach back and up, up, up a little more. And reach back and lower down. Separate the legs. Turn the cheek to the opposite side. Take a nice deep breath in. And let go. Feel your body resting on the floor. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and come onto all fours. Bring your big toes together and open your knees nice and wide. And then push your hips back towards your heels and draw your arms forward. You can put a block underneath your forehead here, or you can rest your forehead on the ground. And keep pressing your hips back as far as you can here. The goal isn't to get the forehead on the ground, but to get the hips back as far as possible. So when I'm teaching this pose, I love to come around and give my students a little press on their lower back. If they have knee injury, it doesn't feel good, so I avoid that. And of course, you always have the option to not have that done, but most people really love it. It feels like they're getting a little bit of a massage during their yoga practice. So take a few deep breaths into the lower back. And if you're, another thing you can do in this pose at home is maybe put like a sandbag on your back. And that will also lay down the sacral area, which feels really nice. Okay, one more breath here. And pull the belly button back, come onto all fours. And we're going to come to sit on our blanket now. So I'm going to have you guys sit on your blanket or your mat long ways, and you're going to sit on the edge of your blanket to raise your hips forward. And so you don't want to sit in the middle, but you're sitting right on the edge so the pelvis is rolled forward, and that's going to help you, access this pose. So I'm going to turn and face you so that you can see the pose better. So lengthen out the legs and lengthen the spine. And now bring your left foot into your right thigh. Good. And then reach your arms up nice and tall. And then draw your chest forward, fold from your hips, and you're going to bring your hands to your thigh or shin or ankle or your toes. You might even be able to make a little basket for your toes. And then by interlacing your fingers, and then draw your chest forward and relax your head. Connect with your breath. This is Janu Shirsasana, the single-legged forward fold. And it's just a wonderful pose for the lower back, to stretch the hamstrings. It massages the internal organs. And it's a wonderful pose for your central nervous system. Take one more breath here. And then inhale, reach up. Lower your hands down. Lengthen out your left leg. You might see your right leg's longer than your left. And now bring your right foot in. And you can also use a block underneath your knees. I should have told you that before on the other side. Flex that foot. Inhale the arms up. And reach forward. Fold from your hips. And bring your hands to your leg or your foot. Draw your chest forward. And then relax your head. Soften your jaw. Close your eyes and breathe deeply into your body. This is an excellent pose to do right before bed. Very calming. One more breath here. And engage the navel. Inhale, come on up. And relax your arms down. Extend your right leg out. Take a deep breath in. And let go. Let's cross our legs now in Sukhasana easy pose. So you can put blocks again under your knees here. And sometimes even if my knees aren't bothering me, I'll put the blocks under my knees so my lower back can relax. So that's a nice option. If you don't need the blocks, that's fine. You can just set them aside. We're going to do a breathing practice called Nadi Sudhi, alternate nostril breathing. So turn your left palm up. Bring your thumb and pointer finger pads to touch. And then bring your hand in front, your right hand in front of you, and fold your pointer and middle finger down. Reach your thumb out as well as your ring finger and pinky finger. You're going to be using your thumb to close your right nostril and your ring finger to close your left nostril. So sitting up nice and tall, take a deep breath in. Close your right nostril with your thumb, exhale through your left. Inhale through your left nostril. Close with your ring finger, exhale right. Inhale right. Close with your thumb, exhale left. Inhale left. Close with your ring finger, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale. Switch, exhale. Inhale. Switch, exhale. Inhale. Switch, exhale. Inhale. And continue on your own. You can allow your eyes to close as you do this practice. If you become dizzy or lightheaded at any point, please feel free to breathe normally or just breathe deeply through both of your nostrils simultaneously. The practice helps to balance the hemispheres of the brain as well as the hormones. Calms the mind and energizes the body. The next time you exhale out of your right nostril, just bring your right hand down to your left, thumb and pointer finger pads to touch. Take a deep breath in and feel the sensation of the body. Sense your aliveness. We have 2 more poses before we relax. So bring your hands down behind you and place your feet on the floor in front of you, toes pointing forward, fingers pointing forward. Fingers and toes pointing in the same direction. And press into the roots of your fingers, engage your navel, lift your hips up. You can let your head fall back if that's okay for your neck. Otherwise, keep your chin up and push your hips up a little more. Squeeze the hips, stretch the chest. And come on down. And cross your legs once again. Just a little strengthening for the arms. I want you to cross your legs in the opposite direction now because most of us cross in the same direction all the time. And as always, you can put the blocks under your knees. We're going to do Yoga Mudra now, the yogic seal. So bring both your hands behind your back and hold one wrist. It doesn't matter which. Take a deep breath in. Lead with your chest and forward fold. Relax your head. And don't worry about how far you come down. You don't need to get your head to the ground. Take a few deep breaths here. Seeing in anything that you may have learned so far during your practice. And then pull your belly button back. Inhale, come on up very carefully and gradually. And your shoulders are stacked over your hips. Stack your ears over your shoulders. Keep your eyes closed as you relax your arms. Take a nice, deep, cleansing breath in and out. And let us prepare for deep relaxation. So, your blanket can be used to either cover your body or for your head. And if it's a cold winter day you're doing this, you might want to get an extra blanket and have one for your head. But if you have any neck or shoulder issues, the blanket under your head is nice. And you're going to put any layers on that you might have, your socks or shoes. And the bolster, you can notice, has 2 settings as well, high and low. So you can put your legs over it. And again, this is where a nice, maybe like a couch cushion or a stack of pillows will do nice, or even a rolled up blanket. And then you're going to scoop your tailbone forward so your lower back is nice and long, and lay on down. And you can adjust the blanket so that it's just under your head and the arms are down. And while you are setting up, I'm just going to check on the time because my screen went blank and I have no idea how long I've been teaching this class for. Let's see. Okay. All right, good. Okay. We're at 55 minutes, so we have plenty of time to relax. I'm going to be sitting up while you guys are lying down and resting so that I can talk you through Yoga Nidra, the yogic sleep. So there's basically two rules in Yoga Nidra. One is that you remain completely still. So now is the time to make any adjustments that you need to make. And the other rule is that you don't sleep during yogic sleep. So you actually find amazing layers of your own essence while you're in this deep relaxation. So making any final adjustments you need to make, go ahead and close your eyes. And then take a deep breath in and hold the breath in for a moment. And then exhale, open the mouth, let it go. And let's do that one more time. Inhale through the nose, fill up the belly, ribs and upper chest, hold the breath. Open the mouth and let it go. And begin to sense the sensation of your body laying on the floor, completely relaxed and still. Without trying to make anything happen, begin to become aware of both of your feet. Without moving your feet, without opening your eyes to see your feet, notice how you know you have 2 feet. And bringing that same awareness to both of your legs, without moving them, without opening your eyes to see them. Sense, how do I know I have 2 legs? Feel into your legs. And now becoming aware of the hips, the buttocks, and the entire sacral area, organs of elimination. Feel into that area and sense, how do I know, without moving, without opening my eyes, without reaching down to touch that area, how do I know that I have this lower part of my torso? And now beginning to feel the length of the spine all the way up your back, the shoulder blades in the upper back, and all of the back muscles. Just sensing, feeling the aliveness inside the back muscles. Without trying to make anything happen, without trying to make that area more relaxed, just feeling it. Presence is all you need for transformation. And then begin to feel the internal organs inside your belly. Sensing the internal organs inside your chest. Feeling inside the shoulder heads. Sensing inside the arms. Feeling the life inside the hands and fingers. Sipping the awareness back up into the throat and neck area, sensing inside that space. And feeling behind the face into the facial muscles, sensing the jaw muscles, the muscles around the eyes, sensing the muscles in the forehead, becoming aware of the scalp, and penetrating your awareness deep inside the skull, sensing the brain as a living tissue. All of your awareness focused on the sensation of the entire body. You are relaxed, yet awake, feeling the whole body as one entity. Feeling the whole body relaxed on the floor. Begin to sense the breath coming and going. At first, it's quite natural for us to deepen the breath when we begin to sense the breath. But then begin to just let the breath come and go without your help. It's as if the body is being bred by the universe. There's nothing for you to do but to receive the breath and let it come and go on its own. And now, continuing to keep the body and breath as it is, bring your awareness without judgment or criticism to your thoughts. Notice without controlling them. Notice the thoughts. And begin to project the thoughts in front of you as if they're being projected on a movie screen. It's as if you're not thinking, but you are seeing someone else's thoughts. You might be able to see yourself feeling impatient or feeling a state of bliss or thinking about some past event or something that may or may not happen in the future. It doesn't matter what you're thinking about. I'd like you to connect with that part of you that's not thinking, but sees yourself thinking. The part of you that is aware of your thoughts. that part of you, aware of your thoughts, is your true self, your inner witness, your consciousness. And that is who you truly are. For the next few minutes of silence, just let yourself be you. I will Om at the end of the silence. Just let yourself be you. Just let yourself be you. Just let yourself be. Continuing to rest on your back. Take a deep breath in. And then gently roll onto your side. Make your way up to sitting. And again, you can use your blocks under your knees if you'd like. So many people, when they begin a yoga practice, they are concerned about the sound of Om. So one of my favorite definitions of Om is that it's the cosmic yes, saying yes to all that is. And the way that I learned it from Satchidananda Ashram is that if you were to put a stethoscope out into the center of the universe, it would be the sound of planets being born, waves crashing, babies crying, children laughing, bees buzzing, car horns honking, people singing, making music, meteors flying. And it's that cosmic vibration that we are chanting so that we attune ourselves with all that is. So the way that we chant it here at the Yoga Lily is we start here at the heart, ah, the sound ah, then oh from the throat, and then comes up. So let's try it 3 times together, and you're welcome to just listen. If you'd like, you can bring your palms together at your heart. Take a deep breath in. Ah, Om. Ah, Om. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, you can email me at pam@theyogalily.com or give me a phone call at 518-744-5565. If you found that this class was too intense for you, then you may like to sign up for a gentle yoga class. If you found that you would like a little bit more of a workout, then you might like to look at our intermediate levels. However, be prepared that in the intermediate levels, we do not focus so much on alignment and we move quite quickly. So you can visit my website at theyogalily.com. That's TheYogaLily.com. And I look forward to seeing you in person. Namaste.